Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Today it is all about fall decor, especially porch fall decor, and I cannot wait to share the projects with you guys. Especially check out what I did using my old blinds. Let's get started.
I hope you guys are as excited for fall as I am. Just a few weeks away and I'll get to decorate my house. This is the best. And today I'm preparing decorations for my porch and I want to share them all with you guys. They are very simple, they are fun to make, and they will make your house look just so beautiful. So with that being said, let's get started. Away those old blinds of yours because I am going to make a fun project with them. I'm going to cut off both ends just at the holes where the string was going. So I'm just going to cut those ends off. I'm going to use them for something else. But now my middle piece is 27 inches long. And I decided that I am going to cut it one more time at 18 inches. So I'm going to have pieces that are 18-inch long and 9-inch long. Now I'm going to use the 18 inches for the back of my crate, the back, the top, bottom, and the back, and my 9-inch pieces are gonna go on the side. So here you have everything is nicely cut and I am ready to start assembling. Now I'm using the tumbling blocks to measure the distance in between each of my pieces. So I'm taking the 18-inch pieces and I'm going to use 5 of them for the back. So you're just gonna add glue with the glue gun and the paint sticks on both sides, and they're going to hold my back. Now, once the back is done, I'm going to move on to my sides. So these are my 9-inch pieces, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the tumbling blocks in between to make sure that they are nice and even. And once again, I'm going to add painter sticks on both sides of that side so that it holds it nicely together. And there you go, you have one side, and I'm going to move on to my next side and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Now for the bottom and the top, I'm going to use the 18-inch pieces, but only 4 of them. I don't want that crate to be too thick. So here I'm assembling it. So I'm starting with my back and I'm adding some glue gun and I'm going to put my 2 shorter sides on. Now please, you cannot carry fruit in it. This is just for display. And I took my nail gun. Oops, that red hair. My goodness, I had no idea my hair was that red. I used nail gun to help me hold it in place, and I moved it to the other side and I'm putting the other side on. So like I said, this is for decorations only. Please, we're not going to be carrying anything here. So here goes the top. No, that's the bottom actually that I'm putting on, because these are only 4 pieces. It could be bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm using glue gun, I'm using a nail gun, anything that I can just to hold it together. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. The reason why I'm using the silicone mat is because if any of the glue is going to get on the mat, you can just peel it off just so easily. And after the whole thing and the whole crate was put together, I am going to give it a spray with, what was it? Nutmeg was the spray. Went on, I just gave it a nice brush of antique wax, and there you have it. It is on the display, or it is going to be on the display in front of my house on my porch, and I'm so super excited for it. And you can see here, I didn't want it to be too deep because I wanted to make sure that everything inside was very visible. And off we go to the next project. I'm just grabbing a pumpkin from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to remove the tag from it, and I'm adding Mod Podge on it. I'm gonna give it a nice drench in Mod Podge because I am going to be putting paper towel on it, and that paper towel actually has this awesome design. It's Viva, but it really looks beautiful. And I was grabbing it the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could somehow make sure that that design stays on a pumpkin, that would be fabulous. So there you have it. I made sure that it's nice and dry, and then I gave it a nice trim so that it's just covered, so that the paper towel is just covering the pumpkin. Now you don't want to smoosh it too much because you really want to make sure that you save that design, and in order to save it even more, I'm actually going to give it a spray with a varnish, with a clear varnish, because I hope that it's going to protect it from disappearing, and I was right. After that, I did not show you, but I used metallic copper spray paint on it. You would not believe that this is actually copper spray paint and metallic, because it totally doesn't look like it. But the whole idea was that the clear varnish actually held the design in. So look at this beautiful design that I'm getting. I am just absolutely in love with it. And now with a little bit of rope out on the outside, it looks just stunning. I think I did a little bit of overspray in that one corner over there. Oops. And now, of course, we're going to burn on ends. Oops. Yeah, you don't want to burn the whole project, but you know, the burn ends always look so nice. Now this ribbon, I got it from Costco last year, and this is like never-ending ribbon. It's amazing how much ribbon I got for like $5 or $6, and I'm so in love with that ribbon, and it's going to look perfect with the pumpkin. So I'm just creating a very simple bow. Now right there on by my left hand, you can see that it says Viva on it. Paper towel. I didn't realize it until actually it was spray painted. So when I'm going to be arranging the ribbon, I will make sure that this thing is covered and it doesn't say Viva on it. Now the pumpkins are going on just for decoration. I added a white one, and then I actually spray painted another little one in copper that you're going to see in a little bit. And I decided to put the sign grateful on it, but I did not want it to sit flat. So what I did was, instead of using double-sided foam tape, I applied some glue to it, and I let it sit until it hardened. So you can see that it's harder and it created some dimension. And then after it hardened, I added another glue, and then I placed it on my pumpkin, and I think that it looked really, really great. And there you have it. Look at that. Doesn't it just look so beautiful? That the texture is absolutely amazing. I'm just amazed that this is just a paper towel. Okay, so the next project, I wasn't sure if I wanted to put in because I lost a lot of footage from it, but I wanted to show you that you can make very easily ladder for the display. So I have two pieces of wood that are 40-inch long. I'm marking them at 10 inches, so at 10, 20, and 30. And I'm going to put 3 pieces of 13-inch wood in a horizontal manner. Now you can see that I cut off the bottoms at an angle so that the ladder can sit kind of at an angle and be kind of firm. You can see that. And then I took that little piece that I cut off from the bottom, and at the 10, 20, and 30 mark, I actually marked that angle, because at that point I'm going to use my 13-inch pieces, the horizontal pieces, and I'm going to place them at an angle. So when the ladder is going to be sitting, your pieces, the little shelves, are actually going to be flat. So you'll be able to put a little knickknacks on it, or pumpkins, or whatever else you're going to use for it. But I just want to make sure that I'm explaining myself right, that basically I took that piece from the bottom that I cut off and I used it as a guide for the rest of the ladder. And I glued all the 3 horizontal pieces in. I used antique wax to paint it, and that was it. I had this beautiful piece on my porch. Look at that, with all the goodies on it. I'm so in love with it, and it was so simple to make it. I hope you guys understood it, kind of how I made it though. Well, my next project is also very simple. I just used a pot from Home Depot from a plant that I just got, and Shims. Now the dark Shims have a walnut stain on it, and I'm repurposing them from a different project. And then I had to add some additional ones because I didn't have enough of the dark one, so I decided, well, you know what, let me just put one dark one, one light one, and just interchange them like that. And then maybe if I'm gonna paint them with a different color, maybe it's just gonna look nicer. But it was really funny because I actually like the way they look, so I'm just gonna keep them that way. And you can see that there's one in the back that is kind of crooked. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be my back one. And I'm grabbing some of that leather ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put 2 pieces, one on top, one at the bottom, and it's going to make the whole bucket look fabulous. I am loving the way this comes out, and it was so simple. I just can't get over how quick it was and how inexpensive it was. And there you have it. I used some paper towels to fill in the bucket because I don't want to fill it in with goodies all the way to the top, and then some burlap ribbon that I had on hand, and I'm filling it with apples. You know, apples scream fall to me. Everything apple, apple cider, apple pie, apple, everything. So what do you guys think? How did it turn out? I loved all the projects. I think this actually came out pretty good with the 2 different colors, and you have the paper towels on the pumpkin. I'm shocked that actually the whole texture withstood the paint and everything else. So I think it looks fabulous. I'm so excited about the entire display, and I was so glad to be able to use my blinds. I didn't have to throw them out because we don't want to throw things out, right? So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are all excited about the fall and the fall season and the fall everything. Anyways, make sure that you subscribe if you liked it, and until next time, my friends, ta-ta.